So, you heard about Arnold's latest remark, right? He, kinda took a jab at Maria Shriver during that Chris Wallace event on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
He joked about, paying half his money to her during their messy divorce.
Right, that's what I caught too. I mean, it's pretty bold to, joke like that given everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he mentioned how, he's been interviewed by thousands of journalists in his life, and then
Yeah.
he added, I was also married to a journalist. Kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to Maria.
Really, that's an interesting twist. It's like he's using humor to, well, downplay the divorce drama.
For sure. And he went on to say the only difference between Chris Wallace, who he was honoring, and Maria is that Wallace never took half his
Yep.
money. It's an awkward dig for sure.
But isn't it a bit, insensitive? I mean, divorces are really tough, especially with kids involved.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But, you know, he did note that despite all the public drama, like his affair with the housekeeper that almost turned his family life upside down, he and Maria managed to keep their kids' lives as stable as possible. They even celebrated
Right.
all the family holidays together.
That's something, though. It seems like he's, trying to highlight that even with all the issues, the impact on the kids was minimal.
Right, exactly. He even joked, sort of, that if there was an Oscar for handling divorce, they'd win for keeping it together. It
Mhm.
definitely paints a picture of a complicated family dynamic.
I get that, but don't you think it minimizes the, real emotional hurt that Maria must have felt? I mean, she even wrote poetry about how broken she felt in her book, I Am Maria.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Schwarzenegger, later admitted his affair was a failure on his part, his FK up, as he put it in a 2023 interview, so he's been pretty open about his mistakes.
Yep.
But still, joking about the financial side of it might seem a bit off-key.
Exactly. It feels like his humor is trying to, lighten a heavy subject.
And, speaking of heavy subjects, the timeline itself is interesting. They were married since 1986, separated around 2011 amid all that scandal, and then divorced officially in 2021.
Yeah, very
It
drawn
shows
out.
just how messy high-profile divorces can be.
It really does. And throwing in that, extramarital affair, plus his love child with the housekeeper, it just adds layers to the story, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And all these elements, the humor about money, the family dynamics, and the personal admissions, make for a very layered public persona. It's like on one hand he's trying to be funny, but on the other, it reflects some real regrets.
I'll say. Sometimes humor becomes a way to cope with past mistakes. It's a tricky balance, though, isn't it?
Sure is. And you really gotta wonder if his jokes help ease the tension or if they, well, actually reopen some old wounds.
Right.
That's the fascinating part about celebrity stories like this.
Definitely. It gives us, plenty to discuss about how public figures manage their personal histories, especially when it intersects with humor.
Exactly. And that intersection of personal turmoil with a public platform is just endlessly interesting. It shows that even a champion of a heroic image can have very human, very messy sides.
Well said. It's a reminder that behind the headlines, there's always a complex story.